morning everyone, good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emily and I thought I would show my face again. This video is going to be a prepper video. It's going to be about blackout lights out box. If you are new here, this is mine and my family's budgeting journey, but we also do prepping, frugality, and everything is Halloween based, and my birthday is Halloween, so everything tends to have a Halloween spin on it. Every day is Halloween in this house, so fabulous. Let's get on with it. As you know, this month is preparedness month. September's always preparedness month. Welcome. This is going to be a series that I'm going to do. It's going to be a series of videos whereby we just prepare for things to come. I know everyone's sick of hearing about the cost of living and electricity rising and gas rising and stuff, so I thought my first video in this series would be about the proposed rolling blackouts that they're going to have. So this, you can't see, is my blackout box. It's literally just a lights out box. It's a box that sits on a shelf behind you, and yeah, it just literally stays there until either I need it or yeah, we need something out of it. So if I know over here we're not used to rolling blackouts. My sister lives on a continent. They're used to rolling blackouts. I've got family who live in Africa. They're used to rolling blackouts, but over here I'm afraid it's something that we've never had to suffer. So please stay tuned. I'll just give you some ideas about what I keep in mind, some ideas about strategies and stuff to do. If it is proposed and we know how long it's going to be for and when it's going to be, I will do a series of videos so we can all be prepared, not scared, and yeah, that will be a breeze then for you, I promise. But if, like me, over the last couple of years where I live, we've had quite a few blackouts and stuff. One usually for a few hours, but one was all day and one was 3 days. It was over the weekend. That was an eye-opener, hence the reason why I have this. So yeah, let's get on with it. I know that when I read the article about them having rolling blackouts, that they had experts on saying that it's going to be the coldest winter for a very long time. Not so sure about experts, but nonetheless we want to prepare for every eventuality. So when that day does come where you have to reach for your box, not only do you know where your box is, but everyone in your household knows what to do, and you know where everything else is as well. The first thing that I would say about my blackout box is not actually in the box, it's in my head, and that is a plan. So I know that a lot of you ladies have lots of kids running around. We've got toddlers, and obviously I've got Oscar. If you are new here, my youngest, he's disabled, and I know a lot of you have kids and babies. There's some other ladies on there who've also got disabled children. The first thing you need is a plan. If it is expected, obviously you can make arrangements for that, but if it is not, then you need a plan. So if I tell you what my plan is, then perhaps that will help. So if we are, say, in bed or in the house, the first thing we do is, well, the first thing everyone does is turn their phone light on. But besides that, we go and get the torches. My oldest will go and get this box out. He'll go and get the torch from the front door. And yeah, and we will all come in here. My youngest, he will stay with my middle daughter. She is 16. She will look after him until either I am there or we bring him downstairs, just because even though it's your house and you know where everything is, when it's pitch black, I promise you, you don't want anyone to trip down the stairs or do anything like that and fall over anything. Your house is completely different when it's pitch black. So what we need to do is just do a little bit of planning so everyone knows where they are. Another thing I do to help is I have torches all around the house. I know for a fact that there's two by the front door. One is a torch and the other one is a head torch, because obviously I take the dog out every morning and in the winter it is very, very dark. So yeah, a head torch is fantastic. Then that keeps you hands-free as well. That keeps me hands-free, as you know, with kids you need to be. And obviously other things that will help is this. This is one of those little portable power banks, and I know that this will charge each of our phones once. So if you have a sustained blackout, this is very useful. This one just stays, I've got several of these. This one is one from in my handbag. I do have one that goes in here, but it's not in here. So obviously someone's stolen it. But I will put one in there. But yeah, that's the first thing. You know, very simple. That gives you information, and then you know what's going on. The other thing I would quickly suggest is that maybe you try your own box, because it might be you, not the whole street. But I don't know about you, if anything like that happens, my neighbours are out on the front garden, all going gossiping about it, so you know if it's us or not. And as I said, we've had a lot over the last few years with this, so yeah, it's just been, you know, a nightmare. So yeah, there's my head torch. Mine does come on and off, but yeah, I won't shine it into the camera. But what we do have is just a little, there we go, just something unambiguous, just, you know, so it does that, and it flashes, and it's got a red light on it as well, which is much better. But yeah, these on your head, both your hands are free, bish bash voff. Now if you don't have a battery cell, or everything goes out, this is another option. This is a wind-up radio light, and goodness knows what else. It is, I don't know if you can see that, it is just a radio. You could probably find out what's on. I don't know if there's any charge in it, but there we go. Also the light will then come on. Well, you need to charge it out first, but you can also put your USB charger in here. So we did try and wind the handle enough to charge a phone up to make a phone call. It took quite a while, so be prepared, but it's better than nothing. It doesn't require batteries, just requires you hand cranking it, for want of a better word. And also there's a little solar strip on the top, so if it was sunny or it was in the day, you could put that outside, give it some charge. I wouldn't trust this solely, but it's a good little thing to have. And also, should you need to, there's a little USB point, so you can do that. That's very cheap. Something to go in here. Also, let me get this out. This is what I saved for. If you've been with me on my budgeting journey, you know that they had these on offer. This is my Jackery Explorer. It is the 240. Yeah, it is the little one. So, and basically what this does is charges all your phones, laptops, anything like that. It will charge a mini fridge, and actually my fridge in the kitchen, I've got a little fridge, like a waist high fridge, that would charge this as well for about 9 hours, I think I worked out. So all I do is I've charged it up, and then, I don't know if you can see that, whoops, yeah, and then every so often what I do is turn it on like that and make sure that it says at 100%, which it does, and if it doesn't, then I just charge it up a little bit. So that was mine. Saved up forever to get that. Took that out of my emergency fund. These, on the Jackery website, if you go on there, if you give them your email, they'll give you a discount code off it. But what I usually find is, if you go on Amazon, once every now and again, they have these on offer. Now, they have them on offer at the moment. They're supposed to be $259.99, I think, $249. Anyway, they're $225 at the moment. I got mine for $209 when they were on offer, so that's quite a big saving. I'm sure it was $209. Anyway, so Amazon usually does good deals on Jackeries. So if you want one of these, obviously this is the tiniest one, this is the smallest one they do. They do another one which is about £500, and then they do another one which is like £700 or £800, which I would love. So So Jackery, if you're out there and you just happen to be watching this, I'd like the big one, then I can go and power my fridge and freezer with it. Obviously there's other things that you can do, Jenny-wise generators, there's petrol powered generators, all sorts of things. If you have an other half, or if you have someone who is a builder or whatever, they might have a petrol Jenny already, so those are all options should it go down for a long time. Let me have a quick look at my notes. Where are we going next? Yeah, so phone light. Yeah, the other thing I would say is, if you are gonna use candles, I personally, unless it's like a sustained thing, I wouldn't use a candle. Oh, it's just so nice. I would use one of these. So this is battery operated. I know you can get them. These are solar powered, I should say. There's just a little strip in the window that powers them. It's just a little solar strip. Put that in the light all day. They come on. They're usually the lights out in the garden anyway, but I've moved them in because the weather has changed. So yeah, but these, anything like this, doesn't have to be a Halloween light. But these are very nice. Very good, and also, you know, you don't have any fire risk with that or anything. But I would say that if you are going to use a candle, I would have one of these handy. Now this was my star buy for June. I think it was June or July, I can't remember. I'm sure I've put it in a haul somewhere. I do have a prepper playlist as well on my channel that you can go and check out. This was, I can't remember how much this was. It was £12 or £13. It wasn't very much, and it was definitely under 20. Now this is a powder one as well, so it does fire and electrical and gas. It covers them all. So yeah, it's the one that does everything. Also, this is one of the soupity doopity ones that's got a little meter on it, and you can see on that meter whether it's in the green or not, and that will tell you whether it was discharged properly. So anyway, just a thought that maybe have something fire related on that. I bought that one actually because in our house all I've got is one of those flame retardant blankets that you know you could put on something or over someone. Didn't have anything like this, so wish I bought two now, damn it. But anyway, there's that one. That one's very good. Also I have paraffin lights as well. I have a couple of antique ones that my dad left me. God rest his soul, is no longer with us. And they are very good. If you are going to go down the paraffin or lamp oil route, I would make sure that the wick is right in it. You get like a string wick. It's got to be the right thickness and the right size for the hole. And also, if you're going to do paraffin heaters or heaters like lamp oil heaters, I would start them outside. So when you set fire to that wick and it starts burning, what you'll get a few seconds of black, and that's just the lamp oil heating up. And what you do is just walk outside wherever you need to walk outside. If you live in a flat, just literally walk outside your front entrance, and if you've got a garden like I have, just walk out the back. It will take 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and then all that black smoke will dissipate, and then you will just be left with a lovely flame. Your flame should be blue, I believe, if I remember rightly. I haven't done mine for a while, I have to go and do that. But yeah, so lamp oil is also extremely cheap at the moment, and it lasts for a long time. So should you be talking about stuff going out for a long time, which we hope not, that would definitely be an option as a cheaper way to go to heat and light things. Again, another fire risk, so I'm not going to baby you, you know, you do what you need to do, just use your common sense. Okay, what have we done? Have we got anything else? Yeah, we've got that, and light it outside. Yeah. Right, now we've done light and sort of warmth, but now we're getting on to proper warmth. If it was at night or in the bleak midwinter, as the song goes, I would be wearing these, and so would everyone in my household. I don't care what you look like with them on. Thermals are very important. They will keep your base layer warm. Just remember that if you're going to layer with thermals, the thinner ones go on the inside and then it gets thicker as you go out. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My youngest is disabled, so he is slightly different. With thermals, what we literally do is I will put him in a ski jacket and salopettes because he has lots of problems with his bones and stuff, and that is just the way of keeping him warm. Also, if you are cold, there is no shame in putting your coat on. Put all your outside stuff on, your gloves, your hat, your scarf, whatever, and sit in like that. There's no harm in that whatsoever. If you need to keep warm, go and get your coat on. Just saying. Yeah. Oh, the only other thing I didn't say was when you are looking at lanterns and stuff like that, if you are going to be choosing a lantern or something with lamp oil in, something with a naked flame, I would crack a window open, even if it is a bleak midwinter, and I would also get a carbon monoxide monitor, because you don't want to, you know, risk your family or whatever just for the sake of, you know, not having lights for a night. So yeah, get one of those as well. Most houses fitted one. We've got one upstairs, but I am tempted just to get one down here, because my one upstairs I can clip off the wall and just take it wherever I am. Yeah, so, okay, sorry, I got sidetracked then. The next thing is this. Oh, now I, growing up, we didn't have heating, we just had a coal fire that heated the radiators or whatever. Many mornings, in fact most of my childhood, I got up in the winter and there was frost on the inside of my window. We had duvets and stuff, but it was absolutely freezing. So the one thing I did grow up with was one of these. This one I got from Primark last week. This is £4. £4 for that. What you want to do with it is, yes, you can cuddle it, but I would, if you're really cold, put it at the base of your spine. You are then going to warm your core up and all your legs and everything else, so that will slowly permeate throughout your body. So yes, very good thing. I know that there are lots of people who really don't know what one of those are, but my kids do because they've used them. And also, even though we've got a centrally heated house, sometimes Oscar's circulation is so bad, I've got 2 of these for him, so it warms his hands up and also it warms his feet up. Yeah, so that's a very, very good idea. Very cheap, very good. Blanket, sleeping bag. Remember to be warm before you get in your sleeping bag. This is like an Arctic sleeping bag. It's one of those ones that weighs nothing. I had to save up a long time to get this. This I've had for 2 or 3 years now. Definitely before all the you-know-what happened. So I'm sure they're extortionate now. But any one of these will do, as long as you are warm before you get into it. So walk round or pick one of your kids up or play with your dog or whatever. Yeah, that's that. So clothes, socks, tents. When we had the big one, I did put a tent up in here on the sofa, and all the kids got in with their sleeping bags, and I just put blankets over the top of them, and we were more than warm enough in there. To be fair, if it is only a few hours, I think you'll be absolutely fine. Even though obviously I've got to make extra arrangements for Oscar. You're not going to freeze to death in that amount of time. Just remember to keep your core warm and you should be fine. These will help keep your extremities warm. So where are we now? Clothes, blankets, tent, make it fun. I also have, as you know, we homeschool, but I have a box of kids stuff. So what I would do is maybe buy light or whatever, we would definitely bring that out. Make it less scary, more fun. You know, you don't need to scare the crap out of your kids or whatever. It's nothing to panic over. The only thing I worry about is tripping up in the dark, and I've got enough torches around that I won't do that. So yeah, there we go. What else? Thermos flasks. I would say if you've got some, if you've got some warning, get some thermos flasks. They are a fantastic thing. We've got several. You can put hot water in them, and then during that rolling blackout or whenever you're doing that, you can just have a nice warm cup of tea. And if you've ever been cold and you know that nice warm cup of tea just warms everything up, it is beautiful. The other thing I would say is when we get onto food, your fridge and your freezer, I'm told should be fine. Actually, the fridge and the freezer was just starting to defrost after that 40, I think it was, what were we at, 50 odd hours out the one day, and I hadn't opened it, and I told them expressly not to open anything in it, and I think it was just about fine. So yeah, obviously don't open your fridge and your freezer in that time, but if you do fancy a coffee and it is out for a while, I suggest one of these. This is a little Coleman gas stove. There's nothing wrong with doing this indoors. I have, because we've done this so much, I've got a little terracotta slate, and I just put it on the edge of my sink, on the aluminium sink bit. So literally, just put it somewhere on a fireproof surface. Also, to go on that, what I have is one of these. It's also very cheap. You can get those rapid boils. I love one of those rapid boils. They'd be fantastic. But what I do is, this is literally, it cost me £5 on eBay. I'm sure they're more than that now. Is one of those. You screw this into the bottom of it, and then you screw it all into this Coleman stove. And that is it. And that will last a very long time. That is a 500ml canister. So, I also have one of these, which I love. Don't need one of these, but obviously what you do have to have needs to be gas proof or whatever. But I do have one of these, which is, I have a little Zebra, because we do a lot of camping. I mean, look at it, you can tell that we use it to death. It's all black. But yeah, one of these. And we found out that the little canister that we were using just didn't hold enough water for everyone, and obviously there's quite a lot of us, so that will have enough hot water in it for everyone to have whatever drink they want. So yeah, there's another idea. So you're not using that Coleman stove too many times. You know, you've got you only have to use it once to boil one big pot up. Okay, speaking of food, I did watch a Venezuelan documentary about a lady who was telling us, can't remember where I saw it, I must have to go on a hunt for that because that was years ago, but what she did say was, in Venezuela obviously they had massive rolling blackouts and they only had like 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and what she said was, when you get round to food and refrigeration and freezers, obviously they all have fridges and freezers, but what they were doing was they got massive 2-litre bottles of water, you know, just something that would hold a lot of water. In the 12 hours they would freeze that, and then in the 12 hours where the electricity was off, they would put those frozen bottles into the fridge to keep it warm. Now, if you were gonna have rolling blackouts like that and it did get really bad, that is a massively good idea. That way you can still keep all your refrigerated stuff in there, and you can keep it all cold, you know, because obviously then you've got to think about what you're keeping in there, you know, no meat, no whatever. But that means that, yeah, then you could keep that in there, and that would be a fantastic idea. I just thought I would share that. That just came into my head because we are moving on to food. So, there are videos on my channel where I do and suck the life out of things in my little machine. Those little machines that suck the life out of things. So that's what I use with this. Now with that, I know that I've got coffee, creamer, sugar, tea, kid stuff, fruit drinks, fruit tea. That will do us for one whole thing. So should the lights go out for a while? There we go. That's it. That's one complete drink. You know, one complete round of drinks for everyone. Obviously minus the water. But there we go. Also there's this, when you're talking about people with medical conditions, the kid's dad has a medical condition that requires me to keep maybe dextrose on hand. He is type 1 diabetic, so I always keep some sort of dextrose or energy drink or whatever. These are ration packs that I've split and just sealed them. And also I've put some water purification tablets. I haven't looked into what happens when stuff goes out for a long time. I don't know how long it takes for your toilet to get backed up, and I don't know how long the water is safe to drink. I will have to look into that, but these are always in all of my drinks packets anyway, and they are like £4 or £5 for 20 or 30. You can find them everywhere. They are called Oasis. They don't taste very nice particularly, but if you've got to use them, you've got to use them. Firstly, I've got a Berkey, so I don't need to worry about that, but I thought I would show you that because even if you're out and about and you get caught out, you can drink the water once you've done that. This is just another stove that I was going to say. Also, if your power does go out and you know your food is going to spoil, and you do have a garden or you do have a barbecue, you have a nice neighbour that has a barbecue, you could certainly do that. We've got a fire pit outside. I've also got a little chimney, which I love. My chimney is lovely. But I've also got one of these now. It's called a honey stove. If you are a Ray Mears follower, which I do love him, you can have one of these, and basically, I don't want to get it all out, but basically, because there's some soot on there as well, what it is you put it together, and it is literally just a little, I'll put a picture of it here, just a little stove that you can put twigs, leaves, stuff from the garden in, put it in underneath, and then just boil your pot on top of it. So it is just a little stove. But if you were stuck and you couldn't do anything else, or you didn't have, you know, one of the Coleman stoves or whatever, your barbecue, your fire pit, your chimney, anything, get it on. So yeah, it says, yeah, you can use bark peelings, it's all sorts of stuff. Don't forget your cotton wool dipped in Vaseline, very good fire starter. I would say, you know, if you want to go full commando, you could do like flint and steel and stuff, you know, which I have. But if you are in a situation like that, in every kit that I've got, I keep these. Don't give yourself any more work than you have to. So I've got these. These are my backup. These are the main things that I start things up with. Don't make it complicated for yourself. I mean, by all means, have a go with flint and steel. It is extremely hard. Or a bow drill. You know, when you're creating a friction. My goodness me, you need to go on a course for that. But yeah, make sure you have lots of these lying around if you need to light anything outside, or light a candle or whatever, I'm sure. Or the ladies in the audience have lots of candles. My house is full of candles, as you can see. So we're never short of a light source. But, you know, you don't want to burn your house down doing it. So, yeah. So with something like my pot, you could get to meals. You could get to anything. Yeah, it's, you know, beans, anything. Just to keep you going. And also boil your water and put it in your flask. That's a good idea. Alright? Yeah. So, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this. It's not an extensive list, it is just a little list. But what I would say is that if any of this does come to pass, I will be doing a lot more videos for it. we will get through it together, okay? It's nothing to worry about. Remember, we are prepared, not scared. So this is the first in the series. I don't know what I'm going to do next. Please give me your suggestions, what you would like me to do. I will be doing shorts on Instagram. I'll put my handle here. I will also put those shorts on YouTube, because up until a few months ago I didn't have anything other than YouTube either. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this. Animals and kids running around. Very sorry about my state of dress as well. We've just been over the field, and I don't know if you can see that, but I've got a really fat lip because the dog headbutted me this morning. So, oh goodness me. So yes, cold, windy here. Just come back from our walk. Good stuff. Love you all. See you next week for more cash stuffing. I'll do, also I've got accounts and bits and pieces, so I'll do that in shorts. But yeah, I will continue this next week. I will pump out 2 next week, I think. We will get on with it. So, love you all. Prepared, not scared. From my family to yours. See you soon. God bless. Bye.